Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In War of the Visions JP, I wanted to show off the latest arena map, and also this team that I've been experimenting with in there. I do want to say ahead of time, don't copy my team building, don't copy my unit building, because I'm not very good at either. Somebody caught on to this and called me out for it. But it's a conscious decision on my part. The game is very, very deep, and you can do lots of things to do better against certain opponents, or like maximize your units. I don't go that far because I'm trying to reserve some personal time and then some mind space for other stuff. So in a sense, I'm kind of selling the game short. I'm not presenting the full depth of the game. At heart, I am a casual player dicking around. I do spend in the game, and I have kind of an embarrassing large audience. But hopefully there will be some other YouTubers that will rise up, you know, and then focus more on the nuances of the game. So later this week, maybe this weekend, I'll make a video kind of talking about like how I do my setup for my videos. It's very shoestring, should be easy to do. And then I can also talk about like the nature of being a YouTuber and then being sort of like a visible figure in the War of the Visions community. But anyway, let's talk about my team. This is a Kirufe hunting team. And then in the last couple months in JP, I've kind of come around to the idea that more and more, especially if you get to the higher ranks, you need to be aiming for certain opponents to fight against. You can't have a main team. There's really no such thing as a main team in this game, where you can take them to like, you know, all content, fight all guys. And so actually I'm kind of considering maybe building, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 teams for Arena, so I can choose maybe the best one based on which opponents are available for that time in Arena. But this particular team, this will be a Kirufe hunting team. I have Sasayaki built up for magic resistance, which I'm finally able to do really because I pulled Fenrir yesterday. And then her magic resistance is at 75 right now. It could be 85 if I were to max the Fenrir Vision card. I want to do that sometime in the future, but we can see how well 75 does here. And then also for Kirufe, I'm bringing a couple of wind attackers. They'll get the element advantage. Lucia is good for the map because it's a big map, so maybe she can attack from a distance. And then also she has some defense piercing. Kirufe has high defense, so it's difficult to take her down. And finally is Oldoa. I want to use her for Drain Force against Kirufe. And unfortunately Kirufe is a female unit, so I can't use Male Killer. I can't use Venetta's Trustmaster or the Lamia Vision card against her. So I'll just use the Odin for the Maneater, and then just raise her HP with other stuff. She will not get over 100% with her Drain Force, but it should be substantial, the damage that she does. Okay, first battle here. I have the level advantage, but they are using Kirufe, Lucia, and Rain. Lucia might be the biggest threat because I have the magic resist up, but I don't have the projectile resistance up, so I'll have to be careful about her. But characteristics of this map, area of effect attacks will do less damage, and then also everybody will get accuracy up, so evade units will be at a disadvantage, and then AoE attacks will be at a disadvantage. And then also there's this like wall right in front of you when you start. So if your characters don't have enough jump, your characters are going to have to walk around it. I'm taking advantage of that by putting Sasayaki in that first slot, so she can come out first, do the attract spell, get her hate up. And yeah, she has the Spellblade subjob. That will help with the magic tanking, of course, and then also the hate generation. But here's Holy from Kirufe. That's only doing 200 damage, which is pretty crazy considering Sasayaki is a dark unit. And then here is the 3-hit magic attack from Rain, also doing very low damage. Here is Kirufe's Limit Break. This will probably be her most damaging attack against Sasayaki with the high damage mitigation. Okay, there's my Lucia doing some damage on Rain there. He doesn't do great with physical tanking. And then he'll use his Limit Break on Sasayaki. Again, not a ton of damage because she has the magic resistance. But her HP is not super high, it's about 3,000, so even like low to mid triple-digit damage will add up over time. But there's Drain Force from Oldoa for 2,700 damage. That's enough to take down Kirufe there. Okay, taking down Rain. And then Hazard Break there from Oldoa. In later fights in this video, I turn that skill off because it is an AoE attack, and then I also don't like that she takes away her own HP, even though she can get it back with Drain Force. Alright, there goes Lucia. Okay, next up, another Kirufe team. Here, everybody's level 99. But they'll have kind of an advantage on me because they have Agrius. She'll get the element advantage against my wind units. Another thing that I've been noticing the last couple months is that I've been seeing less and less teams with a dedicated tank. I think in the early game, it was very common to see like Mont or Engelbert in most PvP teams. But in JP, we're seeing so many characters that have pretty good defenses themselves that having a dedicated tank is not as necessary. It's not like it's fallen out of the meta, a dedicated tank. It's just another viable strategy. It's no longer like the best strategy. It's like the idea of an evade team not really needing a tank. Now you can use characters like Kirufe or Agrius or the new Cecil or Thancred or whatever, where everybody's kind of tanky themselves, so you don't need somebody to draw the attacks necessarily. Okay, there's Agrius' Limit Break. We're seeing more damage there because that is a slash attack, not a magic attack. So yeah, there's a magic attack from Kirufe, very low damage, just because my magic resistance is so high. But again, Agrius' Limit Break being a AoE attack, it'll do less damage than it would normally. But yeah, there's Lucia with her projectile attack, taking down my Sasayaki. Okay, there goes Kirufe. Oh, and then characters with reflex are nice in this map, even though everybody has higher accuracy, which means evade teams are not as good. Reflex will still work, regardless of whatever those percentages are, so yeah. Okay, very strong attack on Lucia. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Well, that fight went better than I was expecting, but still lost. Okay, next battle. This might be difficult. They got Kirufe and Howlet, but they also have Gurasira, who has Pierce attacks. And then Gurasira, since she has nice movement, she can just get over those walls. So she's going to be coming at me much more quickly than the other two units. And so yeah, the previous team, and then this team here, it probably would have been a good idea to find somebody else to fight. But just to give you a sense of like how important it is to choose opponents, I'll show you these. And then Gurasira, she's interesting because she's kind of a Dragoon, but without like cooldown times. So like instant jumps, I guess you could think, yeah. Alright, but there's Drain Force again there, just cutting through all defenses. Still pretty good, even without the element advantage there. And here again, Kirufe with maybe her best attack on Sasayaki, her Limit Break. Alright, there she goes. Yeah, that's giant damage on Lucia. Still alive, somehow. I'm not too familiar with Howlet, but he might be the most damaging magic attacker right now. And then Kirufe is number 2, so this is a very strong magic team. Alright, Drain Force again there. Not quite enough to one-punch Kirufe though, so... Alright, well, there goes that team. Okay, last battle here. This is almost ideal. We have 3 magic users, and then none of them are ice element, so my resistances should work in my favor across the board. And then we can look at Irudira, the water calculator. To be honest, I have not been super impressed with her damage attacks. She has amazing range, and then she attacks immediately, of course. But kind of as like a low damage attacker, and then healer, she is useful in Arena. If she's really consistent with her healing, then it makes fighting against her pretty tough. I'm still going to try to pull for her in Global, though, because I don't have her in JP. Okay, one punch there. Okay, Faiga against Sasayaki. Very little damage there. Holy again. Okay, 400. That's more than 200 like the other teams. But yeah, I'm going to, well, whenever Fenrir appears in the shop, I'll buy his shards. Hopefully someday I can get the max of that vision card. I still haven't maxed any UR vision cards yet. It takes a lot to be able to do that. But Fenrir is very much worth it to me. Okay, only 400 damage there from the Limit Break, that's good. Alright, Oldoa is very much out of range for her Drain Force, so we'll have to wait till maybe next turn to use it. Okay, Holy on Oldoa. I'm still alive, so that's fine. Okay, Drain Force. Goodbye, Kirufe. Full life for me. Drain Force again. Goodbye, Rain. Alright. Okay, so that was my funky Kirufe hunting team. Again, this is not the best way to play. Don't copy my builds. But that was kind of a fun showcase of my new magic resistant Sasayaki, and then a bit of a Drain Force from Oldoa. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.